G'day guys, your mate Big J here. Welcome to another edition of Aussie Boxing Talk. The show that literally punches you right between the fucking eyes. And today we're going to be punching a few eyes today. Well, hopefully it's a comparison one. It's like a fantasy fight thing, whatever you like to call it. What if? Or who would win, whatever you'd like to call it. I'll probably just call it who would win. So in response to the fact that Jeff Horn just had his anniversary, 9 years of defeating Manny Pacquiao and Liam Paro, who just won the IBF welterweight title. So Australia's only had two fellas to win world titles at welterweight, obviously Jeff Horn and Liam Paro. So that begs the question, in their primes, which pretty much Liam now, versus the Jeff Horn of 9 years ago when he defeated Manny Pacquiao, who would win in that fight? This is something I'm going to dive into on Aussie Boxing Talk here. I think it's something that a lot of people always bring up, these sort of like fantasy fights, like who would win in a fight between, you know, this person, that person. Like, I think probably one of the greatest of all time. I think the two greatest ones I would think, who would win in a fight between Terence Crawford and Floyd Money Mayweather. I would say at light, super light and welter, Crawford wins. Maybe at lightweight, Money, Pretty Boy might get him. But I think at super lightweight and definitely at welterweight, Crawford's got it all over Floyd. That's just my opinion. And another one would be Sugar Ray Leonard versus Floyd Money Mayweather, who would win. And once again at welterweight. So, but I'm not going to go into those. I'm going to keep it to Australian because once again, this is an Australian boxing show. I don't really give a rat's ass what goes on overseas unless it affects an Australian in some way, shape, or form. So let's think about it. So Jeff Horn, who was a career welterweight, I think his record was, I think he had something like 30-something fights. Jeff fought, obviously, Manny Pacquiao, Terence Crawford, Gary Cochran. Those were the three world title fights that he had. Before that, he fought Ali Faulkner, Randall Bailey. Who else did he fight? I can't remember off the top of my head, but he fought quite a few fellas before he fought Pacquiao. Randall Bailey was like 41 when he fought him. The only problem I had with Jeff Horn is that a lot of the guys that he fought before he fought Pacquiao were blown up, washed up fighters. Like Randall Bailey was 41 when he fought Jeff Horn. Ali Faulkner, I think, was a 130, was a blown up super featherweight. I think he was an IBA super featherweight title holder. So, you know, a lot of the guys that Jeff fought were past their best when Jeff got to him. Same with Pacquiao. Pacquiao was 38. He wasn't in his prime. I mean, even if Pacquiao took that fight more seriously, he would have beat the shit out of Jeff Horn, but he didn't. So, and I think the real factor for this is that if you go and watch that Gary Cochran fight, Jeff wasn't doing that flash. And if the doctor didn't stop it, if you looked at the cards, Jeff probably would have lost that fight on points. So, yeah, and Liam Paro's only had the two fights at welterweight against David Poffo, I think his name was. The French fella didn't look too good, got that really big eye. Yes, he won 8 rounds of 4, but still got belted around the park by the French guy. And obviously his fight against Lewis Crocker, way better. Much similar to the performance of when he took on Matthias, where he just completely neutralized his power. Because Liam got into he was a pressure fighter. He was moving off the front foot. He was in his face. He wasn't allowing Crocker to land any bombs. Crocker didn't land any bombs till much later in the fight. But by then, Liam already had complete control of the fight. So I think in this one, I think due to the pressure, because Jeff didn't really deal with pressure fighters well, that's why Terence Crawford beat the crap out of him so easily. I think that in this fight, if you put Liam Paro of a couple of weeks ago versus Jeff Horn of 9 years ago, I think due to the pressure and the fact that Liam was able to neutralize not one but 2 power punches, and Jeff Horn was certainly a power puncher because he had plenty of power when he hit. I think Liam wins a 8 to 4, 116-112 decision, and Liam comes away the victor if he was to fight Jeff Horn in his prime. I think because Liam's got the ability to be more of a pressure fighter, and a more like Liam's not going to knock you out one punch. He'll wear you down and then finish you off. That's the sort of punch. That's the sort of fighter he was. Where Jeff had the ability to knock you out in one punch. So, I really think that Liam would be the superior fighter to Jeff, because Jeff was a fighter that really couldn't handle when someone turned it on for him. And I think Liam would make Jeff fight Liam's fight, and that would work against Jeff. I really think that would be happening. I really think why there wouldn't be any knockdowns or anything like that. It would be close. I think that Liam would win an 8. I think Liam would get off to a very quick start and just keep applying that pressure onto Jeff. And I think he'd get out like Jeff might win the first round, but by the 7th round, Liam would be up, what? Well, by the 8th round or 9th round, Liam would be up 6 rounds to 2. So I think Jeff would come back in those later rounds, and I think Liam would do very similar to what he did to Crocker. He would win that last round to secure it and get a 8 rounds of 4, 7 rounds of 5 victory. I don't think it would be a blowout where he would win every single round. I think it would be a hard contested fight, or I think Liam Paro would do what would need to be done, and he would neutralise Jeff's power punch because he'd always get closer. He'd just keep putting off the front foot and working off the back foot like he did with Crocker, and just keeping Jeff's face so he wouldn't get the opportunity to get off that power shot. I think that was where Jeff was the weak, because once you actually put the pressure on him, he sort of like fell apart. Because if you watch the Crawford fight, he barely landed a glove on Crawford. But Crawford's in a league of his own. So I think that would be the way it would go. I think Liam would win a 8th round, or 7 or even 8th round decision. I think it would be a very brutal fight, similar to what the Crocker fight. I think there would be lots of blood, lots of punching, lots of close near knockdowns. I don't think anyone would get knocked down. But that's just what I think. I think there would be a lot of blood because both guys get cut and get cut easily. Actually, yeah. If you think about it, you might even say that Liam might get a late stoppage due to a cut. But in his prime, Jeff really didn't start bleeding until after the Jeff didn't have problems until after the Pacquiao fight. So I'm still going Liam with a 7 or 8th round decision. And Liam would be, even though Jeff's the best welterweight we've ever had so far, because obviously, Jeff had those 3 fights, three world title fights at welterweight, where Liam's only ever had the 1. There are talks that Liam could fight Pacquiao himself, and even if Liam does fight Pacquiao, and Liam would probably beat Pacquiao pretty easy because he's 47. So, yeah, if anyone says, oh, Liam, beat Pacquiao easier than what Jeff did, it'd be like, well, that's because he's 10 years older. So anyone who starts comparing that would just be stupid. Do I think the fight's going to happen with Pacquiao? No, I don't. Would I like to see it? Hell yes. I'd love to see Pacquiao fight Paro now that the Mayweather thing's fallen over. Why the hell not? And Pacquiao would be like, hey, there's a free belt. This Australian guy, I want revenge for the Jeff Horn fight. Why wouldn't he do it? Because he's not going to get any of the other welterweights. He's not going to get Haney. He's not going to get Ryan Garcia. He's not going to get Rolly Romero. So why not go after Paro? I mean, if it happens, great. But, I don't think it will. But if it does, I welcome it. But I really think that if Jeff fought Liam, if the Liam from now fought Jeff 9 years ago, I think Liam would beat him. I really do. So, 7 or 8th round decision in Liam's favour. But tell me what you think, guys. Nice quick one today. Like, share, and subscribe. Do you want to see more of this content? Because next I've got, if this one goes well, I'll be talking about, I'm going to go champions. So I'm talking next Tim Tszyu versus Rocky Mattioli at 154. Then we'll probably be looking at, Jeff Fennick versus Lionel Rose at bantamweight. I think I've already discussed that. Maybe, maybe not. Jason Maloney versus Sam Goodman at 122. Other Choc Mundine versus Sapio Benker at super middleweight. Those sort of things. So this could be a series that we're going into. If this video goes well, hopefully, if I get, a couple of 100 views, we could do another one. But tell me what you think, guys. Liam Paro versus Jeff Horn at welterweight. Who do you think wins and why? Anyway, guys, that's the video for the day. Like, share, and subscribe. Leave your comments in the comment section. Tackle, ball, wrestle, crock hard, and yourselves a fuck up. And we'll see you again soon.